So I set out to design my new crochet plushie and I thought I would be able to make it within a day. But turned out it took me more than a month to complete it. And I almost gave it up. But I still powered through. It was supposed to be a simple, quick design, but yeah, it was harder than I expected. So let me share the whole process with you. The process, the mistakes, the struggles, the redesign, and the final result. So let's just get started. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Tuba and I'm a crochet artist and a designer, and on this channel I make videos related to crochet. So if that is something you're interested in, come join in and subscribe. I have been in a crochet slump recently and it has not been fun, I'll be honest. I have been wanting to make certain things, I have been wanting to design some new patterns, but all of that has not been happening for me. And so today I'm going to change that, and I'm going to hold myself accountable by recording this video and designing my new pattern that has been on my mind for I don't know how long, 3-4 months at this point. Yes. So I think it's high time that I sat down and designed my new pattern. I have so many ideas in my mind about all the patterns that I need to design and all the things that I have to make and I want to make. But yeah, I don't know. I just get like so overwhelmed with all those ideas that they do not like become a reality. Although I keep like noting down everything that I want to make in a notebook, and I just like go by what sparks joy for me at that moment. But yeah, somehow I still get overwhelmed with all of the things that are in there, and I want to make all of them all at once, and that leads to like paralysis and procrastination, and so nothing gets happened and nothing gets done. So yeah, I'm going to change that today, and I am going to sit down and design my next pattern with you on this video. So if you are watching this video right now on your screens, it means this experiment was a success and I was able to successfully design my next pattern. So I had 2 candidates for my next design, and I started working on one of those off camera. But as I told you, I was not feeling like it. It was not like that I did not know what to do with that pattern. I had everything laid out. Everything was going smoothly except for the fact that I was not getting into like rhythm or momentum of making that thing. Like in my mind, I would have been able to make that thing in 2 or 3 sittings continuously over the period of 2 to 3 days. I did make one thing on one day, and then a week passed by, and then I made the other thing and all of that. So I lost my joy of making that thing. I lost my momentum, and right now I'm not feeling motivated at all for completing that. So yes, we are going to start fresh with a new design, and with that, I'm going to reveal to you what we are going to make in today's video, and that is a goldfish. Okay, why a goldfish? I have a very good reason for that. So if you know, and if you have been following my videos, you know that I have been making Crochet by Jenna's goldfish as a custom order for a very long time, and that is like my bestseller in my Etsy shop. People have been like continuously favoriting that in my shop, but I think most of the people are not hitting buy now or like placing an order with me because it is, number one, a huge plushie, and also obviously because it takes quite a lot of time and effort. I have priced it quite high, and so yeah, I think that is what is causing people to not purchase that. And so I wanted to design a crochet goldfish plushie that is smaller in size, that does not take quite a lot of time and effort for me to make, and so I can price it like at a lower value in my shop, so giving people like an opportunity to shop between the 2 options. And I know you might have quite a lot of questions about like how will I make sure that it is not like similar similar to Crochet by Jenna's goldfish. I have done quite a lot of research. I have looked at quite a lot of pictures of goldfish online, and I'm not going to be making like the goldfish with the crown. I have referred to quite a lot of pictures and I've come up with my own design. So I know for a fact that a lot of the parts that I'm going to be making for this goldfish are going to be very different because I have a different approach to it. And also I don't want it to be like a piece where I have to sew everything together in the end, which is like a very huge deal for Greta the Goldfish by Crochet by Jenna. So I'm going to be making sure that it is not anything like Crochet by Jenna's Greta fish. So yeah, that is my reasoning of creating a goldfish, because I feel like my customers want me to make that, and also I think it will be a good alternative to Crochet by Jenna's like Greta fish, which is like huge. I will be making something which is a bit smaller, and yeah, maybe if I can put more effort into it and make it like maybe market preppable, because goldfish I have seen like people are really attracted to it. So yeah, that is my motivation behind it. I'm not going to be copying anybody here. I know like the inspiration came from Greta the Goldfish, but this is going to be my original design and I will make sure of that. Anyhow, now with all of that information out of the way, I will be sharing with you what I have done so far. So this is what my, rough notes are looking like. This is what my process looks like. I have made a rough diagram of sorts of what my goldfish is looking like. Like I looked at quite a lot of pictures. I defined some features onto this diagram. I'll put a picture of this diagram on the screen for you. So I have noted down a few of the things, and then I looked at it hard enough to like decide how I'm going to like make certain parts of it. So for example, the top fin, I have decided what type of stitches and like what sort of strategy I'm going to follow to achieve the final design. So I have made like some rough notes for myself right here with each part, and then I'm going to follow those and try to see if it achieves the end result that I'm trying to. So once I did that, I also went ahead and decided on the yarn that I'm going to be using. So this is the yarn that I have decided on. So both of these are Bernard blanket yarns. I don't remember the names. As you can see, I don't have the labels for it, but this is from the Brights collection, I believe, and this one is from their Mystical collection. This is something that I can tell you for sure. So these are the two yarns that I will be using, and I will be using a 7mm hook for my design. And the reason for using a Bernard blanket yarn is that I know for a fact that I will be doing quite a lot of frogging in the process, and Bernard blanket yarn is really forgiving in a sense that it does not like shred and like it does not fray or anything. It does not get destroyed even if you like frog it a few times. So yes, that is my motivation behind it, but we are for sure going to make one in loops and threads yarn as well, because that is the favorite yarn that I like to work with. So you can see in the background I do have yellow and orange colors in stock, so we are going to use that once we have finalized the design. So the size that I'm thinking about this fish is almost like this big, so I'm not going to like go beyond this size, which I'm sure that is going to happen, and that is why like I'm really ready to like frog and everything. So yes, let's just start by making the body first. I know I have not like noted down anything about the body, but I have like a rough idea of what it is going to be like. So that is why I want to start with the body first. So to like implement that idea that I have in mind, I don't know like how to put it on the notebook, but yeah, let's just get started. Also, if you're a new designer, I think this video is going to be helpful for you in what the process for a designer looks like when they're designing certain thing. So this is my process. I have an idea in my mind. I will look at the pictures online. So I looked at the original pictures of a goldfish. I did not need to like look at some plushies because I got a really good idea of what my plushie is going to look like from the pictures alone. So if like for example, I did not have a good idea of how I'm going to implement into a plushie, then I would go ahead and look at some pictures of the plushie itself to see like how it is being made into a plushie of sorts. So yes, this time around I did not look at those pictures. I just looked at some pictures of goldfish online, and that gave me like a very good idea of how I'm going to design certain things. And for the complicated parts, I just drew them on my notebook, just so I do not forget of what I have in my mind, because sometimes it happens, maybe I am not able to complete this plushie today, then I might forget what I was thinking about when I looked at certain parts. So that is why I've noted those parts down. But for the body, I think I've made certain like shapes in the past that I can use the knowledge of to make the body of the fish, right? So yes, for my process, I just write down all the steps that I will be following on a notebook first. I know it is very counterintuitive because I have to type it on the laptop in the end in a Google Doc or whatever, and then I have to like convert it into Canva and stuff. So it is like really easy for me to just type it on the laptop in the first go, but that is not what my process looks like. So I will just note down body here, and then I will note down every step of the way what I did for the body, and if anything changes, then I will just cross that and then start from the beginning and like do that. But yeah, that is how my brain works, but you can totally like write it on the Google Docs from the get-go, and yeah, you can make changes along the way as you like make changes to your actual draft as well. So yes, I think that is enough of the talk. I will just get started here, and I will put you on a time-lapse mode because I cannot multitask. I cannot crochet and talk with you because I have to count my stitches all the time. So yeah, I will see you once I have made some progress on this plushie here. Okay everyone, so I have made some progress right here, and this is what it is looking like right now, and this does not look right to me. I am already seeing that this beak portion or the mouth portion is looking really elongated, and it is like increasing really slowly. It does not look more like a goldfish, but maybe like a swordfish or like some other fish of sorts that does have like a very narrow mouth. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and then redo my rounds because I have increased really slowly here. I think I need to make more increases really quickly so that like it gets the shape of the fish that I was envisioning. I thought maybe like I needed to increase a bit slowly, but yeah, turns out that was not the right choice. So I'm going to go back again. I'll frog this and restart. One thing that I also noticed is that I had pointed out in my sketch right here that there is supposed to be I don't know, like there is a ridge right by the eyes of every goldfish picture that I have seen, and I try to mimic it just by like working in the back loop only, but that is also not very visible in here. Okay, yeah, you can see it right here that this is where I worked in back loop only, and this is where the eyes would go, and then like it is not really visible. So I need to rethink what I need to do to make this ridge really visible in here. So yeah, that is another thing that I need to work on. So yes, I have to go back, frog it, and then redo it, and maybe the second time I will be able to get it right. So yes, this is what the pattern designing is about. I had an idea in mind, I implemented it, and it did not like look right. But now that I have the initial rows written out, I can like go back and see which rows to exclude, which rows to modify and stuff like that. So yeah, I will be doing that, and I will see you back once I have made the second draft. Okay everyone, so I have redone the front portion, and I think, in my opinion, it is looking much better now. So yes, I'll continue on working with this draft, and I will see you once I've made some progress. I'm at a point where I will be doing that bulge or ridge of sorts, which I was telling you about earlier, because this is where I think the eye placement should go, or maybe like one row further from here. But anyhow, we are closer to that point and I will let you know how it went. And right now, just looking it in the viewfinder, I still think it is still a little bit more coney than I would like it to be. But we'll see. We'll work on this draft and we'll decide at the end, because we have not made much progress on it to be able to tell whether it is going to like look fine with the rest of the body. But yeah, let's just continue making and I will update you. Hello everyone, so I am coming back on here to give you an update on the goldfish plushie that I was designing, and it's been quite a lot of time. I think it's been weeks since I first recorded the clips that I showed you earlier in this video. Life happened. There was a lot of stuff, personal stuff that was going on, and so I did not crochet at all for about 2 months, I would believe at this point. Yeah. So it has been that long since I've crocheted anything, and for some reason I was having such a mental block to resume, although like I was feeling like I could have started maybe like 4 or 5 days ago. But yeah, anyhow, that's besides the point. I'm just coming on here to give you an update because I was finally able to sit down, prepare myself, and resume working on the goldfish plushie that I was working on. And so here is an update for you. So this is what it is currently looking like. And again, as for my first draft, I'm still not liking this. Somehow I cannot nail down the the front portion of it for my own liking. It looks like really pointy. I don't know. I'm still not liking it. So what I like about this version is that I was finally able to nail down the bulge right here that I had decided that I would be making, and also like this ridge detail. I was finally able to think of a solution of how to make it prominent. So this color is not looking really good, but I guess this color is looking good. Now that I'm seeing on screen, somehow it looks good. But the issue here is that I still want to add a little bit of length, and I don't want to increase it more from this point onwards, which is bothering me a little bit. So I need to add a little bit more length to it without adding too much of width to it. So if I like continue making this round, then it will like straighten it out a little bit. It won't be like giving it a bulge. So that is where I'm stuck. So maybe I will undo the last 3 rows that I did, or 4 rows, and then maybe add a few rows before that. Anyhow, I don't want to bore you with what I'm thinking. I'm just going to try out whatever is coming to my mind, because the shape for this part, it is good, but then it like sort of bulges out quite a lot compared to what is on the front here. So maybe that is what is throwing me off. So I will try the other iteration that I'm thinking in my mind right now, and then I will come back and report to you how that looks. But like looking in the camera, somehow it looks good, but in reality when I look at it, I'm not finding it quite like perfect yet. So yes, this is where I'm at right now, and I'm really struggling to nail down the shape that I am trying to achieve here. So let's just go back to the drawing board, redo this part, and I will report back to you once I have done that. Okay everyone, so it's the next day and I am back to give you an update on the goldfish plushie that I was working on. An update I have for you. So this is what the body is looking like, and if I'm being honest, I'm still not satisfied with how this front portion is looking like. Although the back is still good, I would like it to be a little bit more pointy, but that is something that I can completely fix. But this is now frustrating me, and I know I told you I will be making a change in the starting rows yesterday, and I did make the changes, and I think it exaggerated the pointiness of the front portion here. Now you might be thinking that when I realized that it is exaggerating the pointiness, why did I not stop there and start from the beginning? Why did I like bother to complete the whole body? And you will be correct in asking that question, but I wanted to see it through and see like how it looks like once it is completed, and I think it gives me a better idea on where to make those changes. Like previously I was just like not able to visualize how it will look like. So I wanted to like make up the first draft and then make changes to it, because previously, since I was not making any progress, I was going in rounds and circles. It was really frustrating me. So yes, I wanted to make the first variant and then make changes to it. Now that I can see clearly what my instructions like ended up making, I can make those changes. Like I can round this up a little bit and I can elongate this back portion a little bit. But before I do that, I have already started working on the fins for this one, because this is the size that I am going for, and with this one ready, I can mock up the body parts in correct proportions in reference to this size. And then once I'm done with the body parts and like I have the correct proportions and everything, I can go ahead and change this body to look more like what I want. So yes, I think that is all, and that is why I did not change up this portion here as well. As I told you yesterday, I was not liking the yellow on top of it. I was liking this color. I really was hoping that I had like a little bit of darker shade in this neon orange color to like make those ridges, but yeah, I didn't have any. And I'm also thinking like the body is looking really bare right now. Once I have done the fins and everything, I will mock it up and see like if it looks good. Otherwise, I'll go back into the pictures of the goldfish that I saw online and see if I can include any more details to it to make it look like more realistic. So that is what my struggle is right now. So I'll get back to work and I will start working on the fins and everything, and yeah, I will report back to you. But not too shabby for my first draft. This is my first time like making something like elongated like that. Again, I had a size in mind. I'm good with the size that it has. It's just that I have to work on a little shaping, and yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Now looking at it from this angle in the viewfinder, I see it looks more like a mouse, which gives me an idea that I should design a mouse next. What do you say? Like this portion right here, it is really like similar to what a mouse would have, and I'm really proud of like how I was able to create this bulge here, because all the pictures that I was seeing online, they had like sort of this shape closer to their eyes, and I was wondering how would I be able to like replicate that. I'm really happy that I was able to replicate that. So just to give you an update, I've already started working on the back fin right here. This is how far along I am, and although like the shape is working out nicely as to what I had in mind, the total like, what do you say, the size of it is not coming out as proportional to what I had in mind. So yeah, I'm currently working on single crochets, so maybe I will like size up to a half double crochet and then like place them side by side and see what the size difference is. If that doesn't work, then I might have to size up to a double crochet and see that. But anyhow, I am really happy with how it is shaping out to be, and yeah. Hello everyone, so it's the next day, it's Friday, and I'm coming on here to give you an update on the goldfish progress. So yesterday when I signed off, I was working on the fins for the goldfish. So I am really happy to announce that I was able to make all of the fins, and I was able to make them exactly like how I imagined. I just cannot contain my excitement. It's just so surreal for me that I was able to like bring my vision to reality exactly like how I imagined them. So without further ado, let me just show you the back fins. Look at these. Aren't they like the perfect wings? Not wings, these are fins. Aren't they like perfect in shape? I really wanted it to be like a triangular in shape and then have some really wavy and curly details on the edges. And oh my goodness, I cannot believe that I was able to make these. Full disclaimer, full disclosure, it wasn't easy. I did take quite a lot of iterations. Like I did make quite a lot of variants. I kept making, kept frogging. So it did take me multiple tries to be able to like nail down the final variant. And I am just so happy with how they turned out eventually. I mean, look at these. please let me know in the comments below what do you think of these, because I think they are perfect. So while I was looking at the pictures of the goldfish, I had noticed like there are quite a lot of like fringing details on the edges of the back fins, and I knew that they won't be like easy to mimic, and I won't be able to like replicate them as is without like having to attach some like scrap yarn, just like we make some fringes at the edge of a blanket. And I didn't want to do that because that would have been like a really tedious thing to do. But I still wanted to mimic the back fins in a way that they still looked fringy and they still looked full. And so yeah, this is the picture that I drew for the goldfish initially, and this is where I wanted the back fins to have some fringe detailing. So yeah, this is the second picture that I drew for the wings. Oh no, not this one. This is where I drew the picture for the wings, and as you can see side by side, this is exactly how they turned out to be. I mean, that is so surreal for me, and I'm really excited, really proud of myself. Exactly. So yeah, so I'm done with the back fins, and then these are, sorry, not these are, this is the top fin. So the top fin usually has some like bulge in it as well, so I did mimic that as well. I did not make it just straight, so I was able to make this exactly the way I imagined it as well. And then these are the bottom back fins. So they were just like basic triangles, very easy to make. But another great thing that I did, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that, are these front fins. The front fins that I was looking at, they look like not a tear shaped. I can't exactly explain what the shape is, but they kind of look like this. So I'll put a picture of what I drew on the diary here, but I was able to completely mimic that. Like they go like this and they taper down, and yeah, on the both ends they have the same thing, and I'm really amazed at how they turned out. I'm really proud of myself for being able to do this. Again, it wasn't easy. I did have to make quite a lot of iterations for these fins as well, but once I was able to nail down the shape, I was really happy and really excited. One more thing that I really wanted was for these fins to be a little bit like not very straight or flat, because I was looking at the pictures and these fins are not really flat. I'll be honest, I did not do anything special about like them being these cone shaped or like concave shapes, but they turned out this way, and I'm really excited about that as well. I would have loved for these to be a little bit concave as well, but I think we can achieve that when sewing these. So I can like really attach the fins like this, like pinching it on the top to make them a little bit like 3D. If I'm making sense, I don't know. But these, they can be like attached as is without having to do anything about it. So yes, all the fins are ready. So we have 2 front fins, 2 bottom fins, and 1 top fin, and 1 set of back fins. And I am now ready to make the second iteration of my goldfish. So this is my first iteration. I showed you this yesterday, and I'm now ready to make the other one. Only thing that I'm really concerned about is I might not have enough yarn to make the fish. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to make it from this yarn. If not, I'll have to pay a visit to Michael's tonight to get some more yarn in this shade. So this is mystical yarn. Sometimes it is not available in my Michael's, so that is one thing that I'm worried about as well. But let's see what happens. I will update you once I have some update. I am going to be working on the second version of the fish body. And hopefully in an hour or so, I will be able to give you some updates on whether I won the yarn chicken or I lost it. So let's just pray together and I will report back to you. Okay guys, so I am back and I have the final results of how the goldfish plushie is looking like, and I am just so excited to show you the results. Like, it took me quite a lot of time. It was such a struggle. I did not realize it would be such a struggle. But yeah, I am totally impressed by the results and I'm so excited. I want to build some tension, but without further ado, let me just introduce you to my newest creation, Gemma the goldfish plushie. Look at it. Oh my god, I just cannot get over it. It looks so pretty. I just cannot. I cannot believe that I designed it. That is like saying something. I don't know. I could not believe myself that I was able to like bring my vision to reality this much. That is something that I am just really surprised with. Like, I really surprised myself and impressed myself with this design. I don't know. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like, there are certain details that I had in mind that I wanted to really nail down, and I was able to do that. I think I shared with you that how I wanted a ridge behind the eyes, which was not looking good in the first variant, but then in the second try, I was able to achieve it, as you can see right here. And then I was also able to make the fins into a shape that I really wanted, and I am so impressed with how I was able to achieve these. And then the back fins as well, they were just like a triangle of sorts, but still I am happy with it. And the back fins, I am really impressed by the back fins. As you can see, like, they look really good. They have such a flair to them. I just cannot explain. You can see it for yourself, but I am really impressed. The only thing that I would like to change for this plushie is these eyes. I feel like these eyes are a little bit too small for this plushie, but I didn't have bigger eyes than this size. Like, the next size available in my stash was like 30 millimeter, I believe, and that was really big for this plushie. But yeah, this is how it is looking like, and I'm just so happy. I was so impressed with it that I ended up making another one as well. And here it is, side by side. These are the two variants. So this one is made with Bernard blanket in Mystical, and I don't remember the color. Maybe it's called Kenyan, I believe. And this one is made with Sweet Snuggles Light in colors blue. So this one is, I don't know. I don't remember the colors. I'll put it on the screen. So the color for this blue color is, the name for this blue color is really difficult to pronounce as well. It's something Omphadolis or something like that. I don't know, like I cannot pronounce it. Anyhow, so this is the Sweet Snuggles Light variant made with 6 millimeter, and this one is made with 7 millimeter and Bernard blanket. Overall, the size difference is not much, but I ended up using blue eyes for this one. And I also made a little bit of tweak to this final variant that I made with the Mystical yarn. I just moved the ridge and this bulge one row behind the eyes. So previously it was like right behind the eyes, but here we have one row of a difference, and I'm not sure which one I like better. I think there is not a lot of difference, but looking at it in the viewfinder, I think this one looks much better. So I think I'm going to stick with this one. And I also made a little bit of tweak in the top fin as well. I was not liking the two like spikes that were showing up in this top fin. As you can see, like, this is a bigger what do you say, a bulge and this one had to be like a bit more than this one, but they are looking like same size, just that this one looks rounded and this one looks pointy. But I wanted it to be a bit shorter, and I was able to do that. So now this one stands out more, and this one is little like low compared to this one. And these are the little details that were bothering me with this design, and so I fixed them when I was making this one. And for some reason I tried to like what do you say, stuff it a lot in this area, but it wasn't like showing up much because of the sinker eyes, I believe, or something like that. It is sort of a little bit pinched right here. That is why the shape is not showing as much prominently as on this one. So yeah, these are the little differences in both of the plushies, and I'm so happy with the design. I have already typed it out and I have already like noted down everything. I was doing a little bit of calculation and all of that for placing these ridges one row behind, because this was placed initially on a row where there were no increases, but then I had to place them on increased rows and I had to figure a lot of that out, and this is how my work looks like. Anyhow, I have this printed out. So this is my first time that I wrote out the whole pattern, and then I printed it out and I read through the pattern and followed it like to the T, and figured out like what needs to be added or deleted. Like for example, I did not mention in the pattern initially that I have to leave a long tail in the beginning or in the end to attach the parts to the body, and all of those details. These are the little details that people look for when they are testing for me, and I thought I should do that myself this time. So yeah, I did that, and also I was able to like figure out certain mistakes that I should fix. So there was one mistake that I was able to find in here, and yeah, overall I just sort of proofread my own design, and I will be putting these changes into the original pattern today, and I'm really happy that I was able to like get done with everything while I was designing. Like previously I would make a design and then I would forget about it, not write the pattern for like another 2-3 weeks, and like I would drag it all quite a lot. But yeah, this time around I was good with all of that stuff, and I already have the pattern written out. I just have to like convert it into Canva doc and just put out a tester call. So yes, if you're watching this video, be ready for a tester call. I will be putting it out really soon, hopefully during this week. Hopefully, because I have everything ready. I have pictures taken as well. Good thing we had some good weather and good lighting, and luckily enough we did have some good lighting these days, and so I was able to take some pictures of the original variant. At least I still have to take the pictures of this blue variant because I made it this morning only. And yes, so with that, I think that is the end of it. I'm really excited, really happy. I'm really happy because I have seen myself grow as a designer with this one, because I had to play with a new shape that I just didn't know how to work, and like I was able to figure it out. I had a size in mind and I was able to like perfectly like make it in that size as well, because I wanted this goldfish plushie to be a quick make, because as I told you in the beginning of the video as well, this is the plushie that sells in my shop, in my Etsy shop, and I had to like up the price quite a lot because of all the tariffs and everything, and like the expenses that I was incurring while I was making these, because previously I was just not making any money on those. I was just barely like making the yarn money back, the supplies money, and so yeah, I had to up that price, and like people were not buying it. So I thought like if people want a goldfish plushie, I will give them a goldfish plushie, but in a smaller size that I can make quickly. And just to give you an idea, I think you can make it in 2 hours. That is a good time. You can even make it for markets as well, because if it is this size, you can sell it out in the markets too, although you do have to sew in all of these fins separately. So yeah, that is a challenge with this that takes I think most of the time. Otherwise, you can make all of the fins and parts in almost half an hour, and the body takes another like 40 minutes or so, or maybe up to an hour, and then the rest of the time is all sewing. So if you are quick in sewing, then you can like make it really quickly. I am not very quick in sewing the parts together because I have to sew it, look at it, and then like undo it and redo it. So there's a lot involved in that. So yes, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this goldfish, because I am really happy with it. And keep an eye out for the tester call. And yeah, that is all I had to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed the process, and if you have any more questions about the design process, how I come up with the ideas and all of those things, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to make another video explaining how I do it. And yeah, what is involved and everything. So yes, if you have any design questions, put them in the comments below and I will happily answer them for you. And with that, I think I will end this video here, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and stay happy, stay connected, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.